Good morning. The December 8th, 2025 meeting of the Economic Opportunity Review Committee is hereby called to order. We welcome our guest speakers, members of the public, and those watching on Xfinity Channel 64, FiOS Channel 40, and the City Council website. The Economic Opportunity Review Committee, or EORC, members include the Office of Economic Opportunity, known as OEO, whose Deputy Director is the ex officio chair of this committee, the presidents and CEOs from the African American and Hispanic Chambers of Commerce, as well as the presidents of District Council 47 and District Council 33. And I am happy to announce that City Council, led by Council Member Nina Ahmed, passed Bill number 250654, which expanded the EORC by creating designated seats for the presidents of the Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia and the Independence Business Alliance. My name is Lynn Newsom. I am the Deputy Director for the City of Philadelphia's Office of Economic Opportunity under the Office of Business Impact and Economic Advancement. At this time, I'll ask the members of the EORC to introduce themselves, starting with our newest members.
Good morning, Committee Chair Lynn Newsom and Honorable Dr. Nina Ahmed, City Council Member at Large, and members of the EORC Committee. My name is Kainzo Arthur. I am the President and CEO of Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I echo my colleagues' welcome, and I am Zach Wilka, and I am CEO of the Independence Business Alliance, and that's the LGBTQ+ Chamber of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia.
Good morning to the listening public and to the committee and to Councilmember Nina Ahmed. My name is Robert Harris. I am sitting proxy for April Jagetz, President of AFSCME District Council 47.
The Hispanic and the African American Chamber are not present, as well as the president of DC 33. Before I tell you about the EORC and its duties, I want to recognize Council Member Nina Ahmed and provide her an opportunity to give some remarks.
Good morning, Chair Newsom, members of the Economic Opportunity Review Committee, leaders from our business and labor communities. Thank you for inviting me. I am especially grateful for your leadership, Chair Newsom, and I'm honored to be here to speak today. I understand that no council member has ever attended this meeting before, and maybe, hope I'm wrong, but in the near future, I believe that's the case. So let me say this plainly. I'm here because your work matters, and because the city's commitment to fair, inclusive contracting must be more than policy on paper. It must be real oversight with real community voices at the table. I've just got some comments that, try to shorten them, but it's important that we make a line in the sand for the rest of the city to watch, that you guys do a critical job, and you're the eyes and ears, and we need to underscore that. So today is a milestone meeting. This is the first official EORC meeting with 2 new seats on this committee following the passage and signing of legislation. To our newest representatives, the Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia and the Independence Business Alliance, our LGBTQ+ chamber, welcome. We are stronger because you are here. And to our longstanding partners at the African American Chamber of Commerce, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Office of Economic Opportunity, and our labor representatives from AFSCME District Council 47 and District 33, who are not here today, but I just want to make sure we understand that our labor community is very important to anchor this work with integrity and lived experience. You have consistently helped keep the city focused on what equity in contracting must actually look like in practice. So let me take a moment to name why this change is so significant. The Economic Review Committee was created to review how economic opportunity plans are implemented and enforced, and to recommend remedies, including debarment, when contractors fail to comply. This is serious accountability work. The ordinance I introduced and council passed strengthens, and the mayor signed, strengthens the committee's capacity to do its job by modernizing who is at this table. This is a structural upgrade that recognizes that the city we are today and the economy we must build for tomorrow. This expansion matters because representation changes outcomes. We all know that contracting systems can be complex, technical, and too often opaque. When the oversight table is too small, communities that are doing the work on the ground can still be left out of the decisions that shape access to public dollars. By expanding the committee to include the Asian American Chamber and the IBA, we are saying clearly, diverse businesses will not be an afterthought in Philadelphia's contracting ecosystem. They're a part of the core accountability structure. We're also acknowledging what the data and daily reality show us. The Asian American business community is a fast-growing driver of neighborhood revitalization and small business growth. The LGBTQ+ businesses are a vital part of the city's economic fabric and cultural identity. Bringing these perspectives into EORC oversight strengthens our ability to measure what's working and name what isn't, and close the gaps, persistent gaps in access. But beyond the numbers, this is also about values. I believe in the power of small businesses because I believe the power of communities. Every local business represents a family's risk, a neighborhood's pride, and a city's promise. When we get contracting right, we are not just distributing funds, we're building pathways for generational stability, job creation, and community wealth. So today, my message to you is both simple and ambitious. Your seats are not symbolic, your voices are not optional, your oversight is essential. You are here to help answer the most important questions we can ask about public contracting. Who is getting access to opportunity? Who is being left out? Where are the bottlenecks, the blind spots, and the patterns we must confront? And how do we ensure that Philadelphia's public dollars expand opportunities rather than concentrate it? As you step into this next chapter of EORC's work, I am asking you to be more than just members of this committee. I'm asking you to be ambassadors. Carry this message throughout your chambers, your unions, your business networks, and your communities. Philadelphia is strengthening oversight because equity requires inclusion. The city is insisting that our contracting review structure finally reflects the full diversity of our businesses and labor landscape, and we are doing it in a way that honors the original mission of EORC, accountability with teeth and progress that can be measured. This is a significant change, one that has not been made since the inception of this committee, and I want the press, the public, and every small business owner across Philadelphia to understand what you already know. This is what responsible government looks like. This is what inclusive economic leadership looks like. And this is how we build a contracting system that truly serves all Philadelphia. Thank you again, Chair Newsom, and I thank every member of this committee for your commitment to fairness, transparency, and a city economy where opportunity is real and shared. I look forward to working with all of you.
Inspiring words. It's a perfect segue into the EORC's duties. EORC does indeed do important work. To reiterate your kind words, the EORC was established by City Council in March of 2012. The committee is responsible for the following: to oversee and facilitate a public review of the implementation, effectiveness, and enforcement of Chapter 17-1600 of the Philadelphia Code entitled Equal Opportunity Plans, taking public testimony related to diversity and inclusion in the city and being responsive to that testimony, to share information that is relevant and useful to the development of diverse firms seeking to do business with the city of Philadelphia, and to make recommendations to City Council for the adoption of resolutions, calling for the appropriate remedial and legal remedies where we see flagrant violation to inclusion and commitments made by prime contractors to subcontractors on city contracts. These meetings are held quarterly on Mondays at 10 a.m. in March, June, September, and December, and the transcripts of this and all previous meetings are available online at the OEO website, which can be found at www.oeo/phila.gov. That's www.oeo/phila.gov. Anyone interested in presenting at the next scheduled meeting in March should call 215-683-2057 or send an email to ariana.d.ford@phila.gov. That's ariana.d.forde@phila.gov, and submit the following information: full name, callback telephone number, and email address where you can be reached. At this time, we will allow the public an opportunity to give testimony. The ground rules to provide testimony are: sign in, step to the mic, state your name and organization, and you will be given 5 minutes to speak. Is there anyone here for public testimony?
Hi, how are you?
Good morning, how are you?
My name is John Thornton, and the reason why I'm sitting here is because I was recently fired from my job for being sick with a doctor's note. What's interesting about that was the grounds for my termination was cited that there was Homeland Security that came into my job outside of business hours. I knew that that was unethical, so I contacted the HR department. In addition to that, I decided to leave because that's actually a part of our shooter training, is when you see police, you exit the area. And the reason why it was a violation for that Homeland Security to be inside the building outside of operation hours is because that opens up an opportunity for fraud, theft, etc. And so when people who are in managerial positions do not know this, it makes me question who is in the leadership and how did they get to that capacity. So as I go through an issue of me being told I'm not qualified for a job, or I'm overqualified for a job, I question what is the motive? What is the network promoting this? And the network is a group of people, individuals who see someone like me and see my education and know that I have the capacity to outperform them and perform at a jealous rate that keeps me homeless. And simultaneously, while this is happening, my land that my mother left me of an 100-year-old, well, it was made in 1850 house, is being extorted because what the city did was tore the house down after my brother died. I was told my brother died from a murder and a suicide where he killed his wife and he killed himself. I was recently arrested by Sergeant Smith and found out they tried to get me on a VUFA charge. I'm anti-guns, and I make that very, very clear that I do not like guns, but I support the amendment to the right to bear arms because my right to bear arms is this. And so the interpretation of that was subjective. And I understand that. And so while I'm going through all these extortionary measures to kind of push me out of my land and everything else, and seeing that the city tore down my house that I could have easily sat in, and since the mayor had a program to get people like that who were living in dilapidated houses to get repairs and everything else, I could have did that and opposed to being homeless. I could have had the water repaired and the heat repaired and everything else, but they tore down the house that I grew up in. The reason why this house is so important to me at 3960 Elser Street is because it is the last home where all 5 of my mom's children, 2 of which were adopted. The reason why they were adopted was because my aunt was being abused by her husband. His name is Malcolm Kenneth Williams. She tried to leave and divorced and lived with my mom while I was 1. And a part of that was she did not make it home after she went to the grocery store. Her case is still open as a missing woman, 1987, Dorothy Thornton Williams. And the reason why that's important is all the abuses that I experienced up until we got that house, from living shelter to shelter, to the conception of one of my siblings, and all of that being on the same year. Again, I was 1, being the same year as my aunt going missing in 1987. And the reason why all of this is important is because I didn't realize that my history of abuse dates back to 1985. I was born that year, and my mother lived at 56th or 59th and Spruce when all of this was happening. Do you know that area?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Do you know where the move bombing was?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's not too far off.
Okay.
My mom taught me about that. And so when I became director of Northlight Community Center, one of the places who gave wage discrimination wouldn't agree to pay for my loans, my student loans, which they utilized my education for various aspects, because I was already working as an assistant director position. And then I went on to move to the director position, which I was denied in 2016. It was August 8th, I believe, or August something, 16th, or whatever the case may be, 2016, where I was denied the position. But someone named Thomasina from Keystone Stars told me, no, you're qualified like I'm qualified for this position. And she was the person who was doing our evaluation for the stars. And she gave me the heads up that I was qualified. So 2019, I decided to reapply. My mother, who advocated for housing through Acorn, died in 2019. They tried to say it was a stroke. It was not a stroke. I put my head on her chest on August 19th, 2019, and she was coughing up fluid, which let me know she drowned as her eyes color changed and her fingernails changed. And the reason why I'm pointing this all back, and it seems convoluted and it seems not on par with what I'm saying, but it all circles back to this house, 3960 Elser Street. Everybody said my mom was crazy. She told me that she was being followed, people were threatening her, and somebody was threatening her life. And now that I'm experiencing it, and I know her house was torn down, and we had wood that dates back to, again, the 1850s, and we had masonry stones on the outside of the building. And I know how people resell those type of items. And the network of men who are extorting me out of any type of job opportunity, like the Kimpton, for example, where I went out to even pass, and this man who's been threatening me from the Putt Shack repeatedly actually called me a pussy for ignoring him. And so because I needed to get the evidence, I had to circle back and actually have the engagement to have the evidence of him being in front of this building, being threatening to me after I asked him, do not call me that. And he could have just said, okay, I apologize. But that's not what this is about. It's about people who are Native American, Black, and LGBTQ being pushed out. And that's what I am. Oh, and I'm Shia Muslim. And the people don't get the distinction between Shia Muslim and Sunni Islam. The importance of me stating that I'm Shia Muslim is when I was going through all this at 3960 Elser Street, I was converted to Islam. And I was converted by the Shia community. They followed the Imam Ali. And the importance of Imam Ali is he was of the Prophet's family. The importance of the Prophet's family is what do we adhere to, how do we pray, and everything else, cultural aspects. I pray different from the Sunnis. So when people say, well, I'm not Sunni or Shia, that is a falsity. The reason why that is false is because how do you pray when it's time for prayer? So the reason why all of this is important is because, circle back to 3960 Elser Street, they were helping me because, again, my Aunt Dorothy Thornton Williams was married to Malcolm Kenneth Williams and tried to get a divorce. And women, recently somebody at the masjid said that men are supposed to have the children when there's a divorce. And I'm like, well, I saw the docket that said that they accused my mom of they accused my mom of child abuse, and they kidnapped my siblings, Mimi and Kenya. And the reason why I'm actually stating their name is because of the risk that I'm facing from the city of Philadelphia and the men who are extorting me and abusing me. And the reason all this is important, again, is because I'm homeless and I'm jobless with 3 degrees, right? And in addition to that, I went to Philabundance, was valedictorian of their culinary program. The first job that I had through them, I was called a faggot and fired. And so, because of that, I stand here homeless and have been 302 3 times actually. The first time was through Jefferson, and what happened was I was hit with a gun over the head that day. I tried to go to the hospital to get it assessed, and what was going on, they had my phone, which had all my evidence of police brutality and everything, police misconduct, and I asked for it back. And one of the security told me to sit down. I said, no, because you unlawfully seized my property, and I'm going to get it back. And you know that constitutional right for unlawful seizures, right? You can't do that unless you have a warrant. And so when I had my phone taken, and they allowed it and stripped me naked, beat me and drugged me and put me in a mental hospital and said, oh, well, you're crazy. But yet I have evidence, and I had to show them the evidence of various people who were stalking me, abusing me, and everything else that comes into play. And then I get 302 twice while I was in a lawsuit with Jose Garces over Alexandria Hayward calling me a faggot. And so while I'm being 302 twice and being told that I'm crazy and my language is convoluted and I talk too much and I'm this and I'm that, I think of drapetomania and hysteria, and I am being abused. And it's because I'm gay and I'm a loony. And so because of all of this, they are trying to steal my property and claim that I'm unqualified to work. And I am tired of it.
For your testimony. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions? No questions.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else here for testimony? Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Ray Negawa. I'm a small business owner here in Philadelphia. I run a tech company called Rexel Group. And I'm a proud member of the Asian American Chamber, standing with hundreds of other immigrant and minority business owners. According to Pew, small and mid-sized businesses provide about 4 in 10 jobs and roughly half of the local business tax revenue in our city. And the minority business owners' share keeps growing. And next year, the World Cup alone is expected to bring about $770 million to our region. Let's treat these events as a springboard for long-term growth, especially for minority-owned businesses that are already helping our city to drive the economy. But right now, that springboard is at risk. Big corporations no longer feel the same push to work with minority-owned firms because the city has dropped minority participation targets and shifted to a more vague, small and local approach. Many of us have spent years jumping through hoops to earn our minority business enterprise certification, because the previous administration told us those certificates would help us win the business and open doors. We invested time and money to get certified so we could compete fairly for city contracts and major events. And now, almost overnight, those certificates have been deprioritized or eliminated entirely. When the city takes away the very tools that helped level the playing field, then what exactly are minority-owned businesses supposed to do? We understand the legal constraints that led to a more race-neutral policy direction. But even within those limits, the city still has tools using data, transparency, bid scoring, and targeted support to open real opportunity. For example, the city could tie the small and local goals to data on where the disadvantaged businesses are located. So my ask is very simple. Use these tools to give minority-owned businesses a fair chance to benefit from 2026. Please help us help Philadelphia grow. Thank you for your time and service to our city. Thank you.
For your testimony. Questions? No question? Anybody else here to testify? Thought we had two more.
Good morning
Good morning.
to the committee, and thank you for this opportunity this morning. My name is Ajay Devadanam, Project Director for BFW Group. I'm a member of the Asian American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Philadelphia. And I'm just here to talk about BFW Group. It is a construction management agency company. We build amazing structures that positively impact the community. And we're governed by 4 key core values. That is honesty, integrity, teamwork, and commitment. We've been working on various projects for the city, such as Riverview Wellness Home. We were the owner's rep there. We've also worked for the city of Philadelphia, the school district, on a few projects as well. And we're looking for opportunities as the city progresses into 2026 and beyond. We're looking for opportunities and partners to do projects at the Philadelphia Airport, the school district, the Sixers Arena, the 30th Street station area, any local institutions, and the Bellwether District. We have spoken to a number of those key individuals for those organizations, and we wanted to share that we have the capacity and financial capability to do work as a construction management agency firm. We are not seeking any technical or financial assistance as we perform at a very high level on our own. We are seeking to build relationships with our clients and potential partners as opportunities, and we want to build those relationships moving forward into the coming years. So, in short, we are here to support local business as a small construction management agency firm, and appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today, and hopefully it'll open up channels for us to commune and build relationships with the teams that are executing these projects. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I have a question, actually, before you. What has been, so you were saying that you were able to work on projects at Riverview and the school district Riverview. Of course, I'm very interested in finding out projects that you worked on there. But you're looking for these other opportunities for these ongoing projects that will be going way beyond 2026. Are you not hearing me? I'm sorry. What has been your experience on the projects that you've worked on before, as far as the process through getting certified, in your communication with the city or with these other entities that are contracted out with the city that I'm assuming that you're looking to manage, being that you're a small business management?
Correct.
On the management side? What has been your experience and how has it changed?
Our experience has been very good with the opportunities that we have already accomplished. The school district has been a great opportunity. We partnered with the construction management entity to facilitate on-site support. The Riverview project, we were the owner's rep for the first phase. Obviously, the next phase is out for bid, and we're hoping that we get that opportunity as well. In terms of the city government agency projects and RFPs, not that many of late, and if they are out there, they're not focused on our specific type of work. So there's been challenges with that in that regard. However, we're continuing to seek opportunities through all city websites on a weekly basis. It just seems that we are challenged with the number of opportunities. So we're looking to build relationships with organizations and developers and clients that need our services.
Thank you.
I have some questions. You say you're seeking, opportunities. What have you done? Do you use the city websites, for instance, PHL contracts, and, there's a website for the 2026 projects are coming. Have you used those?
Yes, we have. We have sought opportunities through those websites. A lot of those are, they go over vendor support and other opportunities for other organizations. But we do seek opportunities through PHL contracts and other city government websites.
Are those websites useful? And if not, what would you recommend? How would you recommend us to speak to, organizations like yours? What would be a good avenue or a good way to get, the information if there's projects available?
I think it would be helpful if it's more focused on our particular services. There are opportunities out there, like I said, for construction-related work. So we do offer a part of our service to provide staff augmentation, which is another opportunity for us to partner with construction management agencies, such as at-risk construction teams, such as LF Driscoll, for example, or Keating Construction. We do have the opportunity to partner with them with staff augmentation. And we're also looking at opportunities through entities like architects and engineers to provide cost estimating services and schedule management for projects that are in conceptual phase. But a true owner's rep and construction management agency work requires a different, wider spectrum of project management, and that goes from inception to completion of projects in the commercial construction realm.
Have you filled out your vendor profile on the 2026 website through Stimulus? That's a website where you can go in and the upcoming projects in 2026, you fill out, what your organization does, and it gives you a grade. It asks you all kinds of, questions to make sure that, or verify what you do, and then it gives you, a rating. So are you familiar with that?
No, we need to
Okay.
take a look at that, I think, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah, that would be useful because it actually you telling, the city or the 2026 people looking for contractors what you do. And if it matches, then it actually matches you up with the projects that are coming in 2026.
That'll be a great opportunity to collaborate, yes.
Okay.
Great, thank you very much for that information. Appreciate your time. Any other questions? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Chair Newsom, I have a quick comment. Before I have to leave, I wanted to say thank you again. I know the next person is going to talk about like a retailer for food, I believe. But I wanted to know if your organization knows about the Merchants Fund Emergency Grant for small food retailers. This was part of the mayor's One Philly SNAP support plan that came out at the end of November, and that had $500,000 in emergency revenue replacement grants to support small retailers, corner stores, and grocers who were impacted by the federal government shutdown. And then recently that fund got additional money from philanthropic sector. So I just wondered, this would be an opportunity for retailers to hear about if they were impacted by that shutdown during SNAP. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention before I leave.
Was that running through the Commerce Department?
I believe so, yes. The Merchants Fund is an organization that works with the Commerce Department.
Yes.
They were going to receive the grant applications and put it out, but Commerce funds them.
Right.
So that's how that was working.
I just saw that, this weekend, so, I don't have, as a matter of fact, I think I can just put it out there that go to the Commerce Department's website and you'll see all that information on it. Anybody that needs, help or grants, Commerce Department is a great resource for small businesses to get grants and financial assistance. So that's, www.commerce.phila.gov.
And so I just had a question about how we help people negotiate this. I don't know if this shows up in different languages. I think it does. When you go, but I don't know that people even know how to negotiate that, to know how to switch this. So I wondered what role this committee can do in just connecting people to say this is how you literally do it.
Right.
And this is what is out there.
And that would be helpful because the website itself has a tab at the top
Yes.
that translates it.
Yes.
But like I always say, government speaks funny language. We understand what
Yes.
what it means, but somebody filling out an application might say, well,
Might not.
even something as simple as an address. Do they want my personal address? Do they want my business address? So it's helpful to have somebody walk through an application, especially for those who English is a second language.
That's right.
So yes.
That's right. I just wanted to bring that to your attention.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
I have to leave.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Chairperson and member of Economic Opportunity Renew Community. My name is Nur Farida. 10 years ago, I came to this country from Malaysia with almost nothing. Today, by the grace of God and a lot of hard work, I own 2 business grocery stores on South 7th Street in South Philadelphia. We proudly serve our Indian, Pakistan, Burmese, Cambodian, and Nepalese, Americans, neighbor, and we are one of the few places in the area you can find fresh halal meat and South Asian staples. I stand here because small businesses like mine are hurting and we need your help to survive. First, labor costs have gone up dramatically. I went to pay my workers' family. Many of them are also immigrants trying to support family, but every time the minimum wage increasing or new schedule rule come in, I have to cut my own hours or raise price. And my customers are already struggling. Second, tariff and supply chain problems have made basic item rice, lettuce, spice, even cooking oil, 20 to 40% more expenses overnight. I absorb as much as I can because if I pass it all on. My customers always will shop at the big chain or online, but the biggest daily threat is not cost, it's safety. Almost every evening, group of the routine teenager gather right in front of my store, shooting, fighting, harassing customer, especially women wear hijab. My customers are afraid to come after 6 p.m. The same group, police is there, but every day. The same group is back. My sale after 5 p.m. have dropped almost in half. I can afford proper security and I should have to. A few months ago, with help from the Asian Chamber of Commerce, I applied the Catalog Fund for the small business grant to upgrade the refrigeration and lighting. I'm still waiting to hear back. Programs like Catalyst, Store in Front, Improvement, and the Commercial Department Technical Assistance are lifeline. But the project is so long and the funding is limited. 2026 is coming fast. Rent are raised again. The wage board to talking about another increase, and honestly, I don't know how many more hit the corner store can take. Please, second up, speed up and expand safety patrol on commercial control like South 7th Street. Give properties grant and low interest loan in exactly immigrant-owned business that have serviced COVID and inflation. Great area time spot hotline when we face daily harassment, then drive customer away. I love this city. I am loyal server, Philadelphians, pay tax, and feed family who can always find their food anywhere else. All I'm asking is for the city to help us stay open so we can keep serving Philadelphia for another 10 years. Thank you for your time. I'm happy to answer any question. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Just for clarification, you said your store has to close at 6, or that's something you just do for safety?
Yep.
So you're voluntarily closing, nobody's telling you to close at 6 o'clock?
La နှောက်ရှက်တော့ဆိုင်ကိုပိတ်လိုက်ရတာပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့ဘယ်သူမှအမကိုပိတ်ဖို့ပြောတာမဟုတ်ကွာကိုပိတ်ရတာဆိုတဲ့သဘောလားဆိုင်ပိတ်တာလားဒါမှမဟုတ်ဆိုင်လာတဲ့လူနည်းတာလား
ဆိုင်တော့မပိတ်ဘူးသူတို့ကြောက်ပြီး customer မလာဘူးပေါ့ The police is there. When police gone, they come back again.
Okay, so she's not closing the store, but after 5 o'clock, her customers are afraid to come to shop because of those teenagers harassing her customers, especially the ones that are wearing hijab.
And then you call the police, and when the police come, they leave, and then when the police go, they come back. Okay, gotcha. And you said that you did use the Commerce Department website. You're applying for the Catalyst Fund and other funds too.
Yes, I do.
And then the other thing you stated, just for clarification, is that the cost of your goods have gone up, and you have to pass it on to your customers. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what is causing the cost of food to rise?
But
ဈေးတက်သွားတယ်ပေါ့နော်။ဘာကြောင့်ဘယ်အကြောင်းအရာကြောင့်ဈေးတက်သွားလို့ထင်လဲ။အမြင်မှာပြောရရင်ဈေးအကြီးဆုံးပစ္စည်းကဘာလဲအမဆိုင်မှာခုလို့
ဈေးတက်သွားတာI sell product of Thailand, Myanmar, Malaysia. When they come in, they take so much tax. So yep, for tariff.
Okay.
Mostly her products, the imported products from Asia.
Right.
She has
Most
to
important from the
So you're taking that
import.
hit because of the tariffs and the imported increase in taxes because of the tariffs. Okay. And any other questions for the committee?
အခုတကယ်လို့ဒါဒီ city ကအကူအညီပေးမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဘာကိုအရင်ဆုံးလိုချင်လဲ
ဘာပြောရအောင်
Translate that so the
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm asking her, she has requested several assistants from the city. So what is the most critical challenge that she's facing right now so that we can address that?
Cashier safety people were really
Safe.
cashier safety.
So that's number one, you want to be
Safety.
safe. Okay.
Because my store is on the Dauphin Street, the corner. Every time the corner, there's so much people.
She's on Darfur, D-U-R-F-U-R. She's at the corner of Darfur Street.
Dolphin and 7?
Yes.
Dauphin and 7, the corner.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I'm good.
Any comments? Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
Anyone else here for testimony? Okay. I'd like to thank everyone for their testimony and to reiterate this committee continues to look for innovative ways to increase diversity participation in the City of Philadelphia's contracts. In addition, I invite all to utilize the workshops and information sessions that OEO provides every third and fourth Wednesday of the month from 1 to 3 p.m. The next meeting will be in the new year, the Doing Business in the City, January 1st, 2026, and the presenter would be PICO. And then the OEO Business Development Series, January 28th, 2026, ProRank will be the presenter. These workshops are designed to share information that is relevant and useful to the development of diverse firms seeking to do business with the City of Philadelphia. As always, I remain grateful for the opportunity to lead this charge. If there are no further questions, comments, or suggestions, I wish all of you a happy and safe holiday season, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you for your attendance. See you in January, if not sooner.